All right, great. So before we get into what we're all here to talk about this important workforce program, I just want to once again welcome you and let you know who I am. I'm Keena Sayers Brown. I'm the Director of Continuing Professional Education and Workforce Initiatives at Drexel University, our Goodwin College of Professional Studies. So I have the pleasure of working with adult learners, like many of you lifelong learners, who are currently in the workforce or looking for opportunities to get back into the workforce and to be able to do that through professional development opportunities. And so we offer the Skills Hub at Drexel University, which is our lifelong learning hub, where you can earn those certifications and get connected to career workshops that will really position you for success in your career. So we'll get into MCAP in a moment, but a few housekeeping rules. We encourage everyone to use their video if possible. It's always easier to talk to people instead of a blank static screen. So please do so when you can and keep the video on. Also, as I mentioned, we will have a question and answer period towards the end of our information session tonight. If you have a question that's top of mind that you need to get out right away, you can certainly type that question in the chat feature, which is located on your bottom toolbar. Just put it in there. My colleague, Bob Grammy, will definitely make sure that it's addressed towards the end. So let's get started. Many of you may have heard about the Manufacturing Career Accelerator Program, either through the radio or an outreach through CareerLink, but however you came to tonight's information session, it's really encouraging to see many of you who have an open mind about advanced manufacturing. And one of the things that we like to talk to folks who are interested about this is that there is more to manufacturing than you may realize. I like to say, you know, people think it's the dusty warehouse, right? Or a conveyor belt that you're looking at widgets. Today's advanced manufacturing definitely is more technologically advanced. And there really is career opportunity and growth for people who have that ready to work mindset. And so we decided at Drexel University to connect with people to respond basically to the COVID-19 crisis, the workforce crisis, we like to call it. Those of you who are unemployed or severely underemployed, you know, you might be working in a part-time position as an independent contractor, driving Uber, whatever you may have going on right now. We wanted to be able to create a pathway to an industry that is hiring right now and that is still booming. And you'll learn a little bit more about that in a moment. But we really want you to kind of keep an open mind, and the industry definitely is encouraging women and people of color to become employed in this industry. So what we've done, how we came up with MCAP, we were awarded a grant by the City of Philadelphia Department of Commerce to be able to offer MCAP to you at no cost. And so it's an opportunity for you to really get the skills you need to be successful in the workplace. So to that point, I want to just talk to you a little bit before we get into the soup and nuts about MCAP, about the good wages that do exist in the manufacturing industry. I won't read the entire slide to you verbatim, but look at the earning potential, just over $88,000. And so in a time where, you know, there's a call, right, a national call for the minimum wage to be $15 an hour, which is baseline, it's really encouraging to see the manufacturing industry compensating people for the competencies and the skills that they bring to the table. And so that 88,000 plus salary is 21% higher in manufacturing than you'll find in other industries. So keep that in mind as we continue to talk about what opportunity may be right for you and MCAP is right for you. You know, I mentioned the Skills Hub, which is our lifelong learning community at Drexel University Goodwin College. About 3 years ago, we really took a deep dive into what the city of Philadelphia is laser focused on to get people into livable wages, you know, long-term employment. And what these jobs are that are really, you know, on track to keep you employed for a long time, they're considered middle skill jobs. So as you can see, these are jobs that require less than a 4-year degree, but baseline a high school diploma. So if you have some college or, you know, you maybe even have a 4-year degree or maybe not specific experience in an industry, how you get to that middle skill coasting altitude level for jobs is that you must earn an industry credential, like the ones that we'll talk about in the MCAP program. So you're able to get immediate, demonstrative ways to show employers that you have the skills, that you are the right candidate to work in the positions that they are, that they're opening. And so we talk a lot about the manufacturing industry and just, the outlook in general. You may know people, or maybe you yourself have been displaced because of COVID and you were working in, a restaurant industry or a service industry. And now you're thinking about starting something new, into a new career. So as you can see, the recovery has begun across the board, but particularly in manufacturing. They are still open for business and hiring. You can see that 51% of employers are definitely looking to hire the right kind of candidates. These are diverse candidates who can really fit the bill and work in positions like quality assurance and machinists. There's a whole plethora of job opportunities available to you. And also, once you get hired, right, we'll talk a little bit and we'll hear from our colleagues about, what those jobs look like. But once you get hired, they want you to stay. So there's opportunity for, overtime and increased responsibilities and a true career advancement, which we hope that the MCAP program will put you on the fast track to those kind of career advancement opportunities. So what is MCAP all about? This is, like I said, we were funded by the City of Philadelphia Department of Commerce to offer this to you at no cost. It is a 7-week virtual training program. So you can take advantage of this program in the comfort of your homes, just like we're doing now. 7-week virtual training program that's going to give you employability skills. Some people call them soft skills. We call them essential skills, right? You have to be able to work collaboratively. You must be able to, follow directions, to have critical thinking. These are all the skill sets that employers are looking for. And we here at Drexel University, along with our partners, who you'll hear from in a moment, we are all laser focused to help you and be successful in a new industry, should you choose to invest your time. We say that if you give us 7 weeks, we'll meet you there and give you the rest and kind of take you to the finish line. And so some of these positions that MCAP prepares you for is an entry-level pathway. But more importantly, once you earn those industry credentials, so let's just go back to what we were talking about, right? The middle skill jobs, the way that you get to livable wages over $15 an hour, the way that you are employed long-term in a company is that you work in middle skill jobs that require these certifications, not necessarily a college degree. So when we look at MCAP, you have the opportunity to earn 2 industry credentials that I want to point out that are really important. So some of you may be familiar with OSHA 10. That's the safety certification that anyone that's working in the trades or any kind of industrial labor roles must have an OSHA 10 or OSHA 30 certification, that card that shows that you know what to do and that you follow all the safety precautions on your job. So part of MCAP in that 7 weeks, in addition to learning all about the manufacturing industry, you'll also come away with an OSHA 10 certification that you can put on your resume to show employers that you have all the competencies to be a professional that knows about safety in the workplace and any kind of hazardous materials. Also, you'll earn a Lean Six Sigma Yellow Belt certification. So that is a continuous improvement certification. So we've all had jobs or careers where you look at a process and you're like, I could do this a little bit better, or this process could be a little bit better, or there's a defect. Like, how can I create a process that's efficient, that could even save, time and cost, right? We've all been there. So that Lean Six Sigma Yellow Belt certification will equip you with those kind of skills where if you're working in manufacturing, let's just say as a quality assurance or a production supervisor, you're able to look at processes in a different way, to look at how to make things more efficient, right? How to save the company money, how to improve processes for productivity. All those things factor into a Lean Six Sigma Yellow Belt certification. And we're in a good position to help you earn that certification because we have a 20+ year history of offering these kind of industry certifications to adult learners like yourself that are in the workforce. In addition to those two coveted industry recognized credentials, you'll also get leadership training, learning how to manage up, down, and across an organization, like how to get things done and move projects through an organization by communication techniques, as well as those for you, who are thinking about pivoting into a new career. We're offering an opportunity in MCAP for you to take a workshop to help you identify what transferable skills that you have now, today, not tomorrow. If you're a people person, or you really like to do this certain aspect of your job, we'll identify those kind of transferable skills so that you can apply them immediately, not just into a new career, perhaps in manufacturing, but wherever you may want to go next. These are portable skills that no one can take away from you, right? They're industry recognized. We had someone reach out to us previously who earned a Lean Six Sigma certification, and then they had to move to another market. The good thing about OSHA 10 and Lean Six Sigma certifications is that if you could move to Alaska, and you would still be recognized to have these industry credentials to work. And that's what we want to get you to, that you have these certifications and credentials to get you to the next step of your career. So I want to turn it over to my colleague Meredith, who's going to talk to you specifically about our employer network and what employers are waiting for you, and kind of what you need to do and walk you through those steps. Meredith, thank you so much for jumping in.
Yeah, thanks, Kina, and thanks again, everyone, for joining us tonight and taking the time. So I'm excited to talk a bit more about what comes with MCAP and the employer involvement with our manufacturing program. So I will first share that we have employers who are waiting. We actually had an employer, Sandmeyer Steel, when this program was announced, say, hey, I already have some job openings. They're already looking and waiting to meet with our graduates. So I want to share, again, this program is at no cost to you. We have employers who actually vetted and supported the curriculum to make sure that what you learn in MCAP is going to be meaningful when you get to that place of employment and when you're working with the manufacturers that are hiring in Philadelphia. What you're learning here is going to be of great use when you are there on the job. We have learned that employers in manufacturing, it is a very big thing that when they have a new hire, that you're showing up and you're committed, that you're able to be reliable, that you have drive and ambition, and also ability to adapt. I did see there was a question about automation, so we can address that in the Q&A. And just sharing that for manufacturers, they're refining processes, they're increasing efficiencies. So through this program, we want to help really get you feeling confident and great about your ability to adapt and learn, because that's something employers will expect when you're on the job. We also are excited that the employers that are excited to hire graduates are offering pay rates that are $13.25 and even much higher. A lot of our employers have great career pathways where they want to help train and promote and have people have a good long career with them. We do see many with career pathways that can make up to $70K a year. Also, a lot of our employers are able to offer overtime. The majority of them do offer really great benefit packages. So hopefully this is exciting to you, and that it's not just like a job, but it's hopefully going to be a great job and leading you into that next career. I do want to take a pause and thank you again. It's great to see people virtually. This is a virtual program. So while the jobs are going to be in person, you'll be going through MCAP virtually. So I do just want to have a little call out if you're maybe joining through a phone or you're borrowing equipment that another family member uses, maybe you're on like a laptop your kid uses for school, we can help you out with that technology to make sure that you can attend our program without any kind of technology issues. So I know we've touched on some of the logistics of MCAP, and just to make it very clear that it is a virtual program. You can really attend anywhere where you're able to get computer access to the internet, and you can be comfortable and focused through our classes. We do run the courses early in the morning. So a lot of our manufacturers might have shifts that start early. These employers had actually said, hey, when you run MCAP, can you make sure that those classes are in the morning so people get used to that kind of routine? So we do have most of our coursework is going to be running in the morning. We'll be starting at 8 a.m. Monday through Friday. and the program launches March 1st. We will be running a few cohorts, but March 1st is our first one that's running this year.
Okay.
Oh, Kina, can we go back a slide?
Sure.
Oh, thank you. Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah. So just take a moment to kind of think through what can I expect. So if you are our next great MCAP student, some things that you can expect is that we want you to feel confident. We want to make sure that when you graduate, you feel great about going to an interview with a manufacturing employer in the city, feeling really comfortable in that interview and landing that job and starting work there after graduation. We, just as I mentioned, employers want new hires that are reliable, that are able to show up on time. So we do expect the same for MCAP. We do expect our students to attend for the full schedule and be on time and engaged and committed. We ask that you just dress comfortable, make sure that you can attend in a place where you can focus and you can be engaged on camera. So kind of what you're seeing today for the info session, that's gonna feel a bit like what our classes are when we run them. You can also expect our expert facilitators to help you learn every day. We are here for you. We wanna help you. We wanna help you succeed. So, you know, you can consider this a great support network. When you're in MCAP, our teachers are here to help you. We also will have a navigator that can just help support any other barriers or hiccups that come up to make sure that you can get the most out of MCAP and land that great job afterwards. We have run manufacturing programs before. So we do have a few success stories that you can see on the slides right now from Jasmine and Herbert, or two graduates of prior boot camp programs. I'm not going to read the quotes line for line, but I'll just share that these two stories demonstrate that, you know, going through a program like this, it is a commitment. We are so excited when people are able to commit to that, but taking a job with a new employer is a commitment. And so this is really part of that pathway of getting back to work, or maybe getting that next job, or a job that you're going to enjoy even more than what you might be working right now. For Jasmine, for her story, she had some kind of challenges along the way and was ultimately able to still get to work. And when she checked in with us, she, you know, was still reflecting on how the manufacturing program had kind of helped her and equipped her with some great skills for problem solving and being able to do well at the job that she landed. And then for Herbert, he was really exciting. I still remember meeting him at graduation and being able to hear from him. He was very driven, really a dedicated gentleman, and he was even able to get a promotion at a job that he got after our manufacturing program. So we kind of saw him just soar shortly after graduating with us. Want to just share these success stories. This can be you. This can be you in a few months, and we really want to help you get there. So I'm going to pass it off to Kathy. So hopefully this has been really helpful and you're even more excited about MCAP than you were before you joined us. And Kathy can walk you through what next steps are.
Thanks, Meredith. Thanks, Kina. So we've heard all this great information from Kina and from Meredith. And, you know, so now you're excited about it and you want to know what your next steps are going to be. So a couple of requirements. You do need to be a Philadelphia resident, age 18 or over, and you do need to have a high school diploma or a GED, and passing a drug test is a must. We do a criminal background check, but depending on what your background looks like, this is not going to prohibit you from enrolling in the program. What we're really trying to do is get a sense of what your needs are going to be and match you up with an employer that is willing to work with different situations. And we know that both of you are really getting the best out of this experience. There is access to reliable transportation. Now, I know we'd all love to say that we have a great running car that just takes us from one place to the next. And if you do have a vehicle, that's amazing. But if you are relying on public transportation, what we want to talk about as far as reliable transportation is, really being realistic about what your commute is going to look like. Is it going to be an hour or 2 hour commute? How many buses or trains are you going to need to use to access your employment? And to remember that some of this is going to be shift work and non-traditional hours. Does that train or bus run when you're going to need it? Does it, will it assist you with childcare? So those are conversations that we want to have because, again, we're hoping that you and our employers are really having the best experience. Everybody will also complete a mechanical aptitude test. And what that is, just some reasoning questions, and we will email that to you, and it'll help us also assess, what some additional needs the group may need during our 7-week classes. So how do you apply? So we have a intake form that everybody will need to complete. Bob is going to put those in the chat. We have a website, an MCAP website, and you can access the SurveyMonkey through there, or you can access it via the link that Bob just posted. We're going to ask you a few questions just about yourself, about your background, and just a couple of things so we make sure we're meeting your needs as far as the program goes. Once we get your information, you'll either hear from me or one of my colleagues, Diana. You'll be scheduled, we'll call you for a one-on-one phone call. You can bring your questions about the program. We'll get down into some of the specifics. And we're really going to be that person that'll be there for you throughout your 7-week training to discuss any issues that'll come up or things like that.
Kathy, before we move on to the next slide, I just want to say, I talked to many adult learners in the workforce, and even, at my age, sometimes you get a little anxious about tests when you say the word test. And, to Kathy's point with the mechanical aptitude test, it really is to show just where you are and where you need to be to help set you up for success if you are hired in the manufacturing industry. So I don't want anyone to have any kind of anxiety around that. As Kathy said, it's just really to kind of see where you are. And so we also can help you while you're in the 7-week program, improve on some of those skill areas.
Thanks, Kina. So this just talked a little bit more about the mechanical reasoning test, just what to expect, and we'll email that link to you. And it's a quick test, just about 20 minutes to complete. One other important aspect is our whole program is virtual, but there is going to be one mandatory day that we would need you to schedule you to come in the office for an in-person immediate drug test. Again, we had spoke before that it is a requirement to pass the drug test. Our offices are located in Center City, and we have made every COVID precaution for your safety during this meeting. And we really hope to, have a quick turnaround time. During this meeting, after the drug test, we'll also be able to connect you with whatever technical devices you need to complete the training. We will also, the Friday before the class starts, you will have an orientation so you're familiar with our curriculum, with the websites that you'll use to access your instructor, and just to make sure when you start on your first day of training that you're ready to go, you feel comfortable, and you're ready to start the program without any issues. Again, here's our information. To complete the intake form, there's a SurveyMonkey that you can use, and that'll take you directly. You can also go to our website, drexelmcap.catalog.instructure.com. You can see some more videos and information about the program, or you can simply call us at the number listed below, 215-770-7101. You'll get Diana or myself, and we'd be more than happy to assist you with applying for the program or any additional questions that you have.
And as Kathy mentioned, you know, our first cohort starts, I think Meredith mentioned as well, March 1st. And so we're really excited for some of you, if not all of you, to be a part of that first cohort, because, you know, in addition to just being connected to Drexel University, you're going to have the first kind of access point to many of the manufacturers in the region with our first graduating class. Also, you know, we just encourage you to share this information with those that you may work with. And, you know, we all know people who are just stuck right now and not really sure what the next move is for them. We believe that MCAP can be a way to get you back on track and get you to work immediately sooner with credentials under your belt as well. So we're accepting applications for that first cohort until next Wednesday, which is February 24th, 5 p.m. That'll be the last day to register and to, you know, be able to get oriented to the program for it to start on March 1st. So thank you so much, Kathy and Meredith. I appreciate the overview of MCAP. And before we turn it over to the question and answer section, we'll stop the recording for a moment because we really want to give some opportunity now to talk with you in just a very open format.